In this video, we'll talk about growing annuities and growing perpetuities. In our last video, we talked about annuities and perpetuities, and when we talked about the criteria for annuity, we said that cash flows must be constant and we must know the number of cash flows. For annuities and for perpetuities, we said the number of cash flow will be indefinite. Okay. So for number of cash flows, known or unknown or definite or indefinite remains same. Our focus on this part will be on growth, right? For annuity, again, we have to follow and stick with two criteria for growing annuities, and that are as we said, is the growth of cash flow. So cash flow will grow at a constant rate. So rate of growth must remain same. The second one, we must know the number of cash flows, right? To be able to use the growing annuities. So let's draw the timeline again. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we said that first cash flow in our previous example was, say, 100. And after that, cash flow is growing at 5%. Yeah. Then the next one will be year 4. And this is the year 5. Right? These are the cash flows you will see for growing annuities. And to put this on in a formula, when the interest rate is 10%, we can write the formula here for present value of growing annuity. So we have C1, that the cash flow in period 1, R is the interest rate, minus G is the growth rate, multiply 1 minus 1 plus growth divided by 1 plus the interest rate, power of T. And here we know that T is equal to 5. So the first cash flow was 100, right? And this is 10%. Sorry, 10% minus 5%. Multiply 1.05 divided by 1.1, power of 5. Right? If you solve it, this side will be here. So 2000 multiply the other side, which is 105. Okay. So if you solve whole thing, you will see this is 415. So present value of this 5 cash flow with 5% constant growth is equal to $415. It means that if you save, for example, $100 in your first cash flow, and then you increase your saving by 5% over the year from year 1 to 5, the present value of this savings is equal to $415, equivalent of today's dollar, right? So this is the growing annuities. So I know that this is a formula that you got one formula for annuity, one formula for growing annuity. If you are reluctant to memorize all this formula, you can focus on only one formula. I will put them together. Say annuity formula. So we are talking about the growing annuity, and we will see how it can be used for normal annuities. So say C1. Sorry, writing always get harder on the screen. R minus G 1 minus 1 plus G R minus 1 plus R power of say T. Okay. If the cash flow is constant, okay, if the cash flow is constant, you see that the value of C1 remains same all the time. So C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 remain same. In that case, there is no growth. So R minus G will be 0. Yeah. I'm just reconstructing this from growing annuity to annuity formula. 1 plus G, G is 0. 1 plus R. Yeah. So this is R. This is R. 1 plus R. It's T. T. So now you can see this is 1 plus R power of T. Okay. This is same as the normal annuity formula, right? So regardless, you can use only one formula and you can just change the value. So if there is no growth, put 0 on growth. Yeah, still you can get the same answer. For growing perpetuities, you can see this here, this part is for adjustment of annuities, and this part is for perpetuities. So when the number of cash flow is indefinite, so for growing perpetuity, we just take the first part, which is C1 R minus G. This is perpetuities. The second half, which is we say 1 minus 1 plus G 1 plus R power of T. This is adjustment of the number of known cash flows. So value of T. Adjustment of value of T. The effect of value of a number of known cash flow on the present value, right? So when it is growing perpetuity, we will just follow this part. So in that case, in our same problem with first cash flow with $100 and 10% interest rate and 5% growth, we will see 100 divided by 0.05, which is 2000. So cash flow, when growing at a constant rate forever, the present value of that $100 first cash flow growing at 12% forever will be $2,000. Whereas if this cash flow grow at 5%, but the number of cash flow only 5, the present value is $450. I hope that this helps.